here we go. We got two series. I'm speaking right now as if this Islanders Lightning game hasn't started yet, but then I'm going to fill you in right now on what the score of that game is. But guess what? We got two series tied 2-2. We have two pivotal game fives, as they say, right away. This is what I had earlier before puck drop of the Islanders Lightning game five. Looking at the series and matchup, I still like the Islanders in 7 games, possibly 6. Multiple reasons why they lost. The Islanders lost to the Lightning in 6 games last year. So, they had a bad taste in their mouth. They don't want that to happen again. And their style, that style that we always talk about, just grinding you down, it seems to keep working for them throughout these playoffs. And it seems like they just have urgency out there as they're skating around, making things happen. Guess what? All 3 of those things I just said are completely wrong tonight because the Islanders just lost 8-0. Yes, 8-0. They looked horrible. They had no urgency. It looks like they could possibly lose in 6 games just like they did last year, which I said they wouldn't. And their style was nowhere to be seen tonight. Traden, what are your so basically now we got an elimination game coming within 2 days, and it will be in New York. But Traden, what are your thoughts so far?
I can't say I didn't see this coming because I saw this coming. I was waiting for the moment, and I will give the Islanders credit. It's not over yet, so who knows? The Islanders have been very resilient. And the reason I say they've been resilient is because for the past 4 games, I've been seeing glimpses of the Tampa Bay Lightning, stepping up and saying, okay, now we're going to take control of this game. Okay, now we're going to take control of this game. And they never did. And the Islanders just kept brushing them off and keep fighting back. Well, the Islanders took control of the series. They took control. They were like, okay, you know what, little guy, you've had your fun. Now I'm going to play hockey. They did this all season long. I mean, I had them bouncing around the power rankings week by week. They weren't playing very good regular season. They'd drop a couple games and then they jump up again because they just are like, okay, you guys want us to play a little bit? Okay, we'll play a little bit. They're toying with them. I mean, this is the Tampa Bay Lightning we're talking about. They are better built. They have better goaltending, in my opinion. They have the better goal scoring. They're the team that is going to, they've taken over the series, and I just don't see them looking back.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have very good goaltenders. Alex, I feel like we always talk about goalies. I guess after tonight, like, who would you say you're more confident in the net, and who has been playing better for their team in this series? Who do you think?
Like between the 2 Islanders goalies?
Them 2 versus Vasilevsky. Like, who are you more confident in right now going into this next game?
Well, I mean, after tonight, like Vasilevsky, obviously, as the other 2 gave up 8. But moving forward, I think you still have to stick with Varlamov. He looked terrible at the beginning of this game, but has played well earlier in the series. I think he got pulled after the first 3 goals, and then obviously Sorokin gave up 5. So we're big numbers guys here. Basic math. I'm going to go Varlamov. But yeah, I agree with Traden. The Islanders, I don't know if they can beat the Lightning twice, but if there's any team that could shock them, it's also the Islanders, because I don't know, like, it's one of the things where I don't really have an explanation for it, but they're the Islanders and they just seem to keep winning hockey games. So it would not surprise me,
Yeah, and Tyler was talking in the basketball segment about, coaching strategies. Like, I feel like Barry Trotz, agreeing with exactly what you just said, Alex, like Barry Trotz will be the coach to find out some strategy to just scrounge out 2 wins on this extremely powerful Lightning team. Tyler, who do you think has a better chance of winning the cup? If the Islanders win this series, do they have a better chance of winning the cup, whoever they would match up with, or do the Lightning have a better chance?
I think the Lightning do, but I think that if the Islanders come back and win this series after, a pretty pitiful game 5, I mean, you gotta I think the league as a whole, and especially us on the podcast, I feel like we just don't want the Islanders to win, and because I don't think we really believe they can, yet they continually do, and that's a huge credit to their coaching staff and to the system they have in place. So, I mean, if they come back from this after what we've seen, you got to believe that there's something in the air there in New York that's going to just allow them to keep winning, and this might be their season. But I kind of agree with what Traden was saying. It's just, even though the first 4 games of the series were very close games, it just felt like Tampa Bay was the better team, and it just felt like they just kind of had control of most of the ice most of the time. And tonight, like I kind of going in this game, I just thought Tampa was going to win this series. Like even through those first 4 games when they're back and forth and very close, I just felt like Tampa was the superior team, and I still think that's what's going to happen. So I think Tampa right now, out of the final 4, has the best shot at winning the cup. I think they'll have a really good shot of repeating.
Yeah, I like what you said. It wasn't a pivotal game 5; it was a pitiful game 5 for the Islanders.
Yeah.
James, what are your last thoughts after watching this game today? What's your hope looking like for either team moving forward in this series? What is your final take on this series?
Well, pretty much everybody else said they think the Lightning are going to win. So I'm going to take the other side of it. Let's say the Islanders are going to win this one. And it's like a movie, right? This series is like a movie. How typically in a movie, the protagonist is kind of going back and forth with whatever they're fighting. And then all of a sudden they get beaten down. And they get beaten down hard. And they're like, it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes, because 8-0 is death. Like 8-0 is a bad showing. The Knights lost 7-1. And I think that was bad. 8-0 is worse, obviously, because big math, guys. But coming up from the ashes, they've learned the kind of style that they play is that they kind of don't give up. They're going to continue getting beaten down because that's what they do. They beat people up slowly but surely, and they got beat down today. And they're going to continue playing that same exact style. And the Lightning are going to come in there thinking that they're defeated and they're broken. But no, they're just going to continue doing their thing, and the Lightning aren't going to be ready for that. So I think the Lightning might overestimate or underestimate how good this Islanders team is on bouncing back. Matt Barzal showed some emotion today. Got kicked out the game. I think that's going to fire his team up. It's just their one superstar. The one person that on this team is him, and he got kicked out of the game because he was that frustrated. I think that's going to fire his team up, set a precedent for the next couple of games going forward. Let it be known, though, I do think Lightning are going to win it, but I just wanted to take a different side.
Really quick. That said, did anybody see Game 4's amazing save by not a goaltender?
That was unreal.
Yeah.
Who was it by?
Ryan
Pulock.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw the highlight earlier.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
crazy.
was unbelievable. And I have to give props to the Islanders. They stayed out with their fans, and they all together watched the replays in the Coliseum. Those are special moments, guys. But that said, yeah, I don't think
guys. Yeah, I mean, basically after all of our takes, I'm still going to stick with the guns. I got Islanders winning this in 7. They have the goaltending that can pull it off. They seem like they got a fire lit under them tonight. I feel like Tampa, like they win games like this and then they get kind of relaxed, like a little bit of avalanche looking maneuvers. So I'm going Islanders in 7 somehow, some way. What do you guys got for this series final? James. Traden.
Yeah, it's over next game.
Alex.
Yeah, I'm with Traden. Tampa in 6.
Tyler.
I want to go Tampa in 7, just to be different.
Wow, no one here believes in the Islanders. Huh? Okay, it's all good. I mean, I don't really care about the Islanders that much, but I just want to cause some havoc.
They're the closest to your Kings.
Yeah, we always got to bring them up.